right, what's up, good people? It's your boys, the Beards of War. We're back. Got myself, Thick Nick Fury, FBR for President, Fat Broken Rambo, Light It Up, Scorched Earth, and behind the scenes, hey, hey, Captain Jack. All right, man. So today we are going to review a resurgence of sorts for two Hollywood stars, Jamie Foxx and Cameron Diaz, and back in action in 2025 on Netflix. This movie was um, it's a decent movie. It's a PG-13. It's rated PG-13. I would say personally, probably something more of a family-oriented action movie. It was great to see them back on screen. Of course, Jamie Foxx did have his Netflix special, which to me was phenomenal. But to see Cameron Diaz back, and I mean, she looks great, man. Like, she's one of those like ageless type of actresses, in my opinion. Um, I'll kind of let the guys get into it, but that's going to be our review today. And of course, we want to hear from you guys too. And let us know what you think in the comments. So, who wants to start us off, man?
All right, I'll go up for
There
some
we
of
go.
that. Yes, yes, yes. So you know what? I'll agree with you. I think it was a good family action type movie, one that you could sit down, if you got maybe parents, check it out first, but 13, 14, 15, maybe 16-year-old, sit down with them and watch. Family movie. I would say hard stop there. Family movie. I would not watch this on my own type thing, other than for the review, right? For you guys, because we will put ourselves through it for you guys. That's what we, think about the audience. We appreciate it. I don't know. I would say I've liked Cameron Diaz on and off and stuff in the past. She seems to be using some of that Botox stuff. I would not necessarily agree with your opinion on that, but good on Jamie Foxx's clone coming back and doing a great job. That was a joke, right? Because that joke's out there. His clone's doing great. Now, good family, not lots of quips in there. I thought the kids did a good job acting in this. They played their parts well. The older daughter who you kind of disliked because she was being extremely rebellious. The younger son who was super smart, techie, and just had a nice personality. I thought he was a good actor. Um, the typical Hollywood over embellishment of action scenes, with the fuselage of like 747s going down a mountain at gazillion miles an hour with an avalanche chasing it, heading towards a cliff. Wings are missing, sides open, guys are fighting, looking at the snow. They go out the tail end of it, kind of linked together on a single person shoot and just insanity. But a good, not wholesome, but a good family movie. I would say sit down, watch with your kids. You guys will probably enjoy it. But the action was just typical Hollywood insanity.
Well, let's give an overview first. All right, let's kind of let them know what the movie's about, in case they haven't seen it. And Rambo, I gotta say you're the best at that, man. So you want to
All
give us
right,
like an
man.
overview of the movie, and then we can kind of dissect it a little bit. But I agree with
Okay.
everything you said except for the Botox and the cloning.
Yeah, I'm not.
100% on the Botox. She's Botoxing. That's Botox, bro.
Okay.
Botulism.
I didn't see
No
it, but
proof of that.
sure. Anyways, so the plot of the movie is these two are super spies. They work for the agency, and they're tasked to retrieve this MacGuffin or plot device, whatever you want to call it, this item, right? So this thing is basically a way to hack into any infrastructure that they see fit, and therefore it's a big ass threat to the world, right? So it's your standard device that every espionage movie seems to be misplacing items, and this is what a team of spies has got to go recover it, right? Um, yeah, 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 yeah. It's a family movie. I didn't care for the film that much, to be honest with you. Hey, shout out to Glenn Close, man. She is racking those checks though. Like she is in everything that's not good lately. Um, kudos to her for
Nice.
showing up with her green laser sniper rifle from fucking
Dude.
6 clicks away. Anywho, so yeah, so what ends up happening is this husband and wife couple actually develop a real romantic interest. She becomes pregnant, and they're gonna get out of the game, and they use this opportunity to basically fake their deaths. Jamie Foxx doesn't tell anybody for 15 years, but he actually secures the device and leaves it at his in-laws' place. Insert Glenn Close. Um, and lo and behold, their old boss shows up and gets smoked right off Jump Street. And he tasks them just in his dying breath to go recover this device and put it in the right hands. And then there's this, group of scumbags is out to get him. Blah blah blah. Insert kids for funny shenanigans, and then Glenn Close shows up as mother-in-law. They retrieve the device. Oh my God, there's a plot twist. Who everyone saw that coming. Um, and that's pretty much it, man. They reform their family bonds, and teenagers stop being teenagers, and kids start being, loving children, and all kinds of other shit that Hollywood likes to portray. Um, I this okay. I felt what they were going for was kind of like a movie like My Spy. If you guys have seen that one, that's with Dave Bautista, and he plays a CIA type. Very similar. It's a kids movie, right? I just thought it was better done. I'm a big fan of Jamie Foxx and Cameron Diaz. I was excited to see her come back. Long overdue. I think she's a very talented actress. Their chemistry kind of did work for me in this film. Like they bounced off each other pretty well, and I thought that was the one redeeming thing. And I'm trying not to shit all over this film because I realize it's not meant for me, right? It is meant for that family dynamic. You want to sit down and have it. It's like a Home Alone. Very few people get smoked in this, even though everybody gets shot. Um, and if you're going to protect your house, I'm not sure why you have like industrial strength tranquilizer guns instead of just buying a handgun, but that's just me personally. Glenn Close came to party though, man. She was doping everybody. Um,
Man, listen,
Yeah,
and I
dude.
got to say this, man. I believe every relationship they put Glenn Close in these movies because the guy that she's with is like what 30 years old. I'm like, I believe that. I think Glenn Close can pull a 30-year-old dude, like even right now at age 70 plus, whatever she is. But Nigel, to me, was the comic relief. Like it was actually pretty funny when he's trying to figure out how to work the computer. 'Cause I'm like, okay, come on, how are you gonna know? Because this is what I'm thinking. How are you going to know what the code is to, disengage the, whatever they have going on in this computer? And he didn't. And they actually played into that, which I thought was hilarious because he's like trying to ask the lady who's knocked out next to him, he's like, oh, well, you can't tell me anything. And
Or
it's like,
Siri.
right, right. He's like, Siri, how do and it's like the funniest because like it's always like one of those foregone conclusions, or we're gonna hack into the computer. I'm gonna know exactly what code means to close the barriers. Like, how would you know that? You know what I'm saying? It's not
yeah.
like they're on a government computer. She's on like a laptop, a Lenovo or something. I'm like, oh, okay. I thought you need like a special, computer to hook this thing up. No, all you need is the USB port, bro. You're good to go, man. Destroy the world on a laptop. I mean, I don't even know what the gigabyte. I don't know the storage that. I don't know, but just that whole thing, it was just it's a fun family movie. That's all I can really say about it. It's a fun family movie. It's very like over the top, like we were saying. The action sequences are, Hollywood style, but they're well done. Like I saw a few of the fight choreography, and I'm like, okay, that's actually pretty cool the way they did that. The fight the plane, yeah, of course, that's a little bit crazy, but we've seen it. We've seen it in like the transporter movies, stuff like that.
Oh
So
yeah.
it's always weird, right? Like we already know, okay, that's not really how that's gonna work. But overall, I feel like the chemistry between Cameron Diaz and Jamie Foxx is okay, but it gave me more of the feel of like Mark Wahlberg and Halle Berry in The Union, right? Like
Mm.
you put these two stars together, but it's not like I don't know if I really buy the relationship. Like for me, and this is one of the movies that I, will review, throw as a recommendation later. But in True Lies, right? Like Arnold Schwarzenegger, Jamie Lee Curtis, I think everybody bought that relationship, right? And it wasn't anything like romantic. It was just they just kind of fed off each other. It was fun. You believe that they were really married, like all that stuff. So in this one,
Yeah.
they typically start out as just like a partnership, and they kind of got romantic, and then they decided to get married and blah blah blah. And it's just about 15 years later, they got this great house in the suburbs. I'm like, how are we doing
After
this?
you
Like,
faked your
we're
death.
right. You know what I'm
And that's
saying?
the
Like, what's your credit score when you fake a death? I don't even know, but they managed to get a house in this economy, and that should be the true like point of the story. How did you get a loan for that house in that neighborhood, which seemed like a great neighborhood until they shot it up, and like in a cul-de-sac and everything? And I'm like, how do we get from A to B? Granted, it's
Yeah.
15 years, but that's a lot that has to be done in 15 years. And
Well,
it's
I
not like,
think
okay,
that
well, you
was
put that on a resume, like, oh yeah, I used to be a spy, but
I
I
think
need
that was probably, I mean, they maybe left it open for interpretation. If I was to take, if somebody was asking me how, I was like, oh, they probably did the cliche thing. They had money stowed away in bags and they went and put it in the
with the
bank or
house cash.
something and said, all right, hey, yeah, we want the house cash. And now he's a soccer coach. Like it was insanity,
Like
all
pause.
around. But it was, like you said, family fun insanity to me. I thought it was good. To me, the best actors and actresses in the movie were the kids. I thought they did phenomenal work in this for what seemingly was their age, and then what they portrayed as their age in the movie. The choreography was good. But I looked like quite a bit over the top for me, like a lot of stuff. But again, I think it speaks to that family movie time thing. Yeah, it's really one of those, if you're gonna watch it, you should watch it. If you got family, watch it with the kids and break out the popcorn and the blankets and just chill and have a good time because, random insert, guy like me watching that is just it's irritating and it hurts my skin. So yeah,
Oh, 6 out of 10 rating on IMDb. For those of you who are wondering,
if that, yeah,
I don't know
because
what
that
that means.
counts.
Yeah, like that's like
IMDb.
a thumb halfway up. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't really put a whole lot of stock into those things anymore because you just can't trust them. Like Rotten Tomato, man. Like,
Mm.
yeah, we all remember what you guys were up to for a couple
Where is
bucks.
Siskel and Ebert? That we
Yeah,
used to
no
trust
shit.
Siskel and Ebert,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Where are they at? You couldn't buy those dudes. Remember that? You just couldn't buy them. Now everybody's got, oh man, they're in their pockets. So it was a great movie. It was fantastic. No, no, this was just like I said, a decent movie on a Friday night with the family, like you've been
Yeah.
saying, Scorch. It like I said, every movie's not meant for our genre, right? Our what we look for in a
Our
typical
age
action
group
Very
and
movie.
stuff.
true. Very true.
Right. So it's a PG-13 and it fit that. It fit a PG-13. Bunch of bullets fired, no deaths.
Yeah,
One
not
One of
one
like
those.
you're watching an
caveat.
episode of the A Team.
Yeah, right.
One caveat I have on that is that I haven't personally, and they might be out there. I haven't seen any good family movies in a while, and this one struck me as, one that came along. It's kind of diamond in the rough, so to speak, for a good family movie that you can sit back and have fun with. It just in my opinion, rarely do I go out on that limb and kind of push one, trying to overlook all the other things I would critique, but I would recall a good family movie you sit down and laugh and enjoy in a little while.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well,
I think Inglorious Bastards is a fantastic family film.
Yeah, for the right
my
kind of
God.
family. I'm saying the general public because there are some sensitive people out there that don't, yeah, you know, yeah.
Mm.
I love the movie. I thought that was awesome. But yeah,
And listen, the Cameron Diaz is no stranger to making movies, man. People forget, Princess Fiona and Shrek. Like
Princess Fiona.
she's she's getting
I
some
love
money off of that,
pina
right?
coladas.
So, Shrek, and like she said she would actually do the Mask 3 because there was a second Mask that no one wants to talk
Oh
about.
God, please
But she
don't. Please
did say
don't.
she would do
Oh,
but wait, she said she would do Mask 3 only if Jim Carrey signed up. And I
don't
don't
do
know if
another.
Jim Carrey would do that at this stage, but you never know. I mean, you
Well, he
never know.
came back for Sonic, right? And remember, he wasn't gonna act anymore. So I would say don't do another Charlie's Angels. She was horrible in that. All of them were horrible in that. It was a horrible nightmare of a movie.
Mm, wow.
they made
And they
money, man. The
also,
first two did.
yeah,
Yeah,
and
a
they
lot of things
let
make
us
money.
segue for a part 2 for this Back in Action because
Look,
now
got
it's going to be who Dad is, right? So
Mm.
Mom was the big, just discovery in the first one, Glenn Close. So now who's going to be Dad, right? So who's going to be this big,
don't
guy?
do
And
a
obviously you
second one.
find out that the main antagonist didn't die in the explosion. They can't find the body, right? So this basically does lead into part 2.
Don't do a
The
second one.
children will be involved, I'm sure, in some fashion. Um, but like I said, it's kind of like a Mr. and Mrs. Smith meets Spy Kids for me. So again, a fun movie you want to watch with your kids and a little family action movie. Nothing too gratuitous, no sad. I mean, there's violence, but it's not like people aren't getting killed and beheaded and stuff like that. So it's something like I said, you want a good action flick, you want to watch it with the kids. I'd recommend it. But other than that, yeah, no, if you're like of our age and our type and you're probably not gonna enjoy it. Unless you just enjoy the action. Sometimes the actors or the actresses will make you enjoy a film because you enjoy the actor or the actresses. So if you just want to see Cameron Diaz back, on screen, you want to see Jamie Foxx back on screen. I think it's the first thing they've done since Annie. Yeah, right.
And
2014, I think, the remake of
Annie.
Annie, which should have never happened.
Oof.
They gave
Oof.
Cameron Diaz the unenviable task of trying to portray Miss Hannigan, which we all know belongs to Carol Burnett alone. Like, just
Oh, Carol
don't
Burnett.
do it. Like, just don't do it.
Yeah.
Leave that role alone. Okay,
I've
that
I've
is
never watched Annie,
Christopher
man.
Reeve Superman is Miss Hannigan and Carol Burnett. Just leave it alone. Stop. Don't. Full
I'm
stop.
just not I'm not a musical guy, so like I
Bro.
leave those
Oh,
alone.
yeah. Miss Hannigan. Sorry, Carol Burnett always. But yeah, it was good to see it. It was good to see him back on screen. Like I said, Cameron Diaz, she still, well, look like she still has it. She has a comedic, part to her. It was a good action sequence and stuff like that. I did like Nigel. Like I said, Nigel to me was like the funniest part of the movie. Like his, kind of new quirky agent type thing. He's just kind of getting his feet wet, and he's hooked up with Glenn Close, who is a seasoned, assassin killer, agent. And it's just watching this dude try to operate. It was just that was the funnest part of the show for me.
Or he's trying to push his grandfather agenda. It's
Oh
one
Right?
of
You
the
call me
two, right?
granddad. They're
It's like,
like,
no,
no,
no.
like no, you're younger than my parents. Uh, but like I said, I believe Glenn Close pulls those types of dude in real life. I just
I don't
do.
know, man. Her next movie is probably coming out next week. We can just wait and see.
Borderlands
A
2.
to be original.
Should be Borderlands 2.
Oh man. All right, man. So I know we probably want to get the taste out of our mouth on this one. So all right, man. Grant, I mean, give me a recommendation, bro. Give me
All
something.
right, man. So I actually really struggled. I'm not gonna lie. You guys definitely picked two of the far superior films that would have been closer aligned to this than I was capable of coming up with, especially since I was late to the party. So I'm going with Get Smart, man. While it doesn't have kids in it, it is what I would consider to be a decently like family a decent family film. It is a little bit more mature. The comedy is a little bit more mature than this film, but yeah, man. Steve Carell, The Rock, Anne Hathaway, Alan Arkin before he passed away, and it's a remake of the Get Smart TV show from the '60s.
Yes. Great
Um,
show.
it is a great show, man, and I actually thought they did a really solid job with this film. I was excited to check it out. I love the fact that The Rock is in it. Spoiler alert: he actually does become the bad guy at the end of the film, which was kind of a gutsy move for him. And this is that back in his early days, so it was just enjoyable. And it's one of those ones I can turn around and turn on right now, and I'll stop and watch it because pretty much every scene is just comedy gold. And if you've ever touched that community, then by God, you know that there's some truth in that film. And if you
Absolutely.
know, you know.
Truth is stranger than fiction.
Yeah,
All
man.
right.
It came out in 2008, and currently it's not available for streaming for free. You have to rent it through Amazon or iTunes or some shit like that. So, but it's out there, man. Highly recommend it.
Cool. Good pick.
All
All
right.
right,
Well,
Scorched.
I would say coming in at a strong second place on that one is my recommendation, Mr. and Mrs. Smith from 2005. I understand there was a
Fantastic.
newer thing. I ain't watching that garbage. I don't even
It's
know what it
terrible.
is.
Got
Yeah,
canceled.
see, I knew it would be garbage. Um, that and you can find this on Netflix, Apple TV, probably a couple others, but those are the ones off the top of my head. So this was starring Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt. So basically, it's like a spy couple that are married, not just a couple dating, spy couple that are married and they're kind of struggling to hold their marriage together. Excuse me. And neither one of them knows the other is a spy. So they're kind of living their cover, so to speak. And they basically end up with assignments to kill one another. So interesting movie. It was good. Same thing, over the top, incredibly crazy action stuff. But that was kind of a fun movie, and I liked them both in it. I thought they had great chemistry in the movie. A lot of, violence, action, that kind of thing. A little, probably quite a bit more than back in action, but it was kind of a fun movie for the time. They had a bunch of stuff coming out around that time frame, and I thought they did a good job. And then old boy was like, "Mom, my chicken
Vince
pot
Vaughn.
pie." Oh my gosh, dude, he was off the chain.
I love
Mom,
that film,
shut up.
man. Fucking fantastic movie.
Well, hey,
Absolutely
listen,
fantastic.
they
And the
definitely
gunplay in
had
that film is great.
chemistry because
They
that turned
did.
into a marriage. Well,
Yeah,
they
Well, it
they
yeah.
turned into
definitely had
technically it
chemistry.
turned into a divorce first, and then it turned
Right.
into
Ah,
marriage. And
yes.
now
Hey,
it's back to being a divorce. So
smoke always comes before the fire. Oh man. All right. So I'm gonna go back a little further, man. I'm gonna go back to 1994 and True Lies, man. Arnold
Yeah.
Schwarzenegger,
should do a
Jamie Lee
episode on this one.
Curtis, Tom Arnold, and the
Bill
incomparable
Paxton.
Bill Paxton.
Oh, a
Bro, like
legend.
Game over,
that dude
man.
is so
Game
missed,
over.
man. He is so missed in the Hollywood realm, especially here from Bridge of War.
His name
Love
should be
Bill
Chet.
Paxton, man. Rest in peace, bro. But
It's
yeah, so
Hudson
True
for
Lies. I mean,
life.
I'm pretty sure everyone had probably seen this movie at some point in their life. It's kind of hard to avoid. Arnold Schwarzenegger plays like a CIA agent, I believe, right? He works for the agency, and his family doesn't know, right? So his wife is like your basic mundane housewife. She got nothing going on, then insert Bill Paxton, right? He was just laying game, trying to say he's this super secret spy dude, and like, hey man, if you do this, you can kind of help your country. And she wants to kind of, get a little flavor in her life. And she kind of gets caught up in something. So now, she kind of gets caught up in what her husband's got going on. And she thinks she's the agent, but he's not. And I will say this for me is where Jamie Lee Curtis became a sex symbol. That scene in the hotel room when she's dancing and they made it funny, she's dancing on the bedpost and falls down and gets right back up. That was like one of those scenes that stuck with me. And she, from that point on, has been extremely sexy in my eyes, man. But Arnold Schwarzenegger, Tom Arnold, those two agents playing off each other. And that's to me what a good action movie is. It inserts action, it inserts some comedy, some fun stuff. And it was just fun to watch. They had chemistry. Like I said, you really believe that in that relationship. You believe that they were married, and it's kind of like he's just, not telling her this part of his life. But then at the end, she kind of, you can see her incorporate herself into it and kind of going on missions and stuff with him. So it was fun. It's a great movie to watch even now. It's just one of those, anytime it comes on, like anytime it's on, I'll just stop what I'm doing and I'll watch it. Tia Carrere is gorgeous. Another one, like she's in this movie, and it's just a good movie for the time, and it stands the test of time. Always good to watch. And if you want to watch it, you have to rent it. You got to go on Amazon Prime or something like that, or Fandango or something. But it's worth it. It's worth the $4. If you have not seen True Lies for some reason, it's worth the watch. And I would definitely say it's one of the better, agent secret family type movies. Not overly violent. I believe it is rated R. If I'm not mistaken.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Right, but it's a tame R, right? Now
it really is. I mean,
right.
comparatively, Schwarzenegger kills a ton of people in the movie, but like blood-wise, it's not terrible. It's mostly language actually that got that film, but it's James Cameron's last good movie. So hey, go check it out. Yeah,
right.
yeah, you heard it right here, folks. Avatar fucking sucks.
Came out. Oh, jeez, blue people.
And I'm not counting Titanic either. I don't.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, I mean, we can't ignore Titanic. It was kind of huge for that dude. It was. I mean, it was, but we get it.
It was.
Freeze Leonardo out once or twice. All right. So I'm gonna get in real quick into our poll. So we had a poll, and it was the best new age femme fatale, right? So our choices were Colombiana, Atomic Blonde, Salt, Peppermint. So the winner with 43% of the vote was Colombiana.
That's bullshit.
Next was Atomic Blonde at 35, Salt with 22, and Peppermint got 0. Peppermint got no patties. I don't know, maybe not enough people have seen
Salt?
it. But it was, I mean, Peppermint I thought was actually pretty good. But
Peppermint was the Salt.
I digress. The people have spoken.
Yeah.
People were wrong, man. Atomic Blonde.
The wild hairs have spoken.
Singer.
Hey, I appreciate you guys just coming out and rocking the vote. So
yeah, man.
Thanks guys for coming out.
No, this is bullshit, man. Atomic Blonde for the win.
Yeah, I'm gonna say no, but that's just me. But my opinion doesn't matter in this. You guys, we appreciate any engagement.
Fair enough. All right.
Interesting.
Still the
pick,
better
though.
pick.
Definitely interesting pick.
All right, man. So I don't know. Hey, Captain Jack, do you wanna give us anything on our documentary? You wanna let the people know what to expect? This is not a draft.
Well, we don't have too much new to add this week. Just that we're like I said, we're in production and we're going every weekend for the next lot of weekends. We're going to be filming, and so we are excited. We're on the road next week in DC.
Hell yeah!
And pretty much same update as last week, right? We're coming. We're excited.
I'll be there to pick you guys up.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Yeah, man.
Sweet.
Yep.
All right, Scorched.
All right, guys. So again, we appreciate you guys coming out. Like I said, getting in the poll, rocking that out. Like interesting choice, but we really appreciate the engagement, guys.
Yeah, man.
And we enjoy doing this, every week and all the stuff in between to get us to that finished product. So if you guys would do us a favor, go out and like, subscribe, notification bell, and push to your friends. We'd really appreciate it. And short of that, guys, you guys got anything?
Yeah, we're still trying to get to that 3 million. I told you guys Saturday. I meant this following Saturday coming up, so that was my mistake. So trying to get to 3 million subscribers this Saturday.
Gotta be specific. Yes.
I mean, so we'll give you guys a discount. 2.5 is good.
Yeah,
2.5. We'll take that.
Yeah, we're willing to work.
We can work on that other 500,000. We still have another weekend after that. So,
right. We're at 6 right now. 6. No, I'm just kidding. We're doing a little better than 6. But we got work to do. So, all right, guys. Appreciate your Thick Nick Fury out.
Fat Broken Rambo out here.
Scorch out of here, guys.
Right, all right, all right.